Hello Aces, and welcome back to another video. So, in the news, I'm sure all of you have heard about the ongoing conflicts between Russia and Ukraine. So, I'm not going to get into talking about that, but what I am going to talk about is a little update that I'm going to be doing to the channel for right now. This is just going to be a temporary thing. So, because of this conflict and everything, I am not going to be building any more planes that are Russian or Ukrainian for the time being. Which, obviously, in this update, there is no Russian or Ukrainian planes at all. But just for future, in case you do request me some builds, just make sure that they are not Russian or Ukrainian for the time being, until they resolve this conflict and stuff, which hopefully they can do it peacefully because, we don't want destruction in the world. So, what I wanted to say in this update is I'm also going to be kind of not doing military builds for also the next little while as well. So, because, I just feel that building military planes or military builds into an ongoing war is not like too appropriate, really. I mean, I know I'm a small channel, but you never know. I mean, someone could find this video and then there could be just this war in the comments and everything, which I don't want. So you're probably wondering, what is there to do then for me? Because I mean, most of my channel, about 90% of my builds that I've done are all military related things. Well, as you can see in behind, there is a there is certain builds that I have not really done much on the channel, and that is civilian stuff. So I'm actually going to be replacing a lot of the military planes and builds with civilian related vehicles. So, now, I just want to mention this is not a permanent thing, this is only temporary, but I just feel that it's kind of appropriate with the ongoing situation in Europe. But I am still going to be releasing this 109 right here, because we have just did the Spitfire, and I promised you guys the 109 would be next, so this will be the last military plane you'll get for a while. So what I want to go over today in this update is the rest of the builds, and because as you can see, we actually have 3 military builds that we still have yet to do. However, these are going to be replaced with civilian builds, which is the stuff in behind. So we're going to go over that. Now I want to mention that the MC200, this little guy here, I've already built that thing on the channel. You can go check it out, because I remember I told you in the tutorial that I actually switched the G3M with this plane, so that's still the case, except the G3M, because it's a military plane. I know it's a World War II plane, it has nothing to do with what's going on now, but like I said, I don't want to build any military planes or military stuff for the next little while. And yes, that includes tanks. So, yeah. So anyways, let's go over the kind of the replacement build. So, I was really looking forward to building this little boat, this little German World War II boat. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen for a little bit. It will happen again in the future. Like I said, this is all temporary. So, I am going to replace it with a build that I've actually released a showcase or a promo video for about, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, but I never actually got a chance to build it. And that is this thing right here. This is the Mcdonald Douglas Dc2. So this is the kind of the predecessor to the DC-3, which is one of the world's most successful planes. And it's also a kind of upgraded version of the DC-1, which I've already built the DC-1, but I thought I would bring you guys the DC-2, because obviously this is a really cool plane, and I want to go in order of the McDonnell Douglas planes. So I'm going to be making a huge McDonnell Douglas plane update, which will include all of the commercial planes, but we're going to start from the DC-3. So, because I would be saying in that video, I've already built the DC-1 and I've already built the DC-2. So yeah, so this is what you're going to be getting instead of the boat, unfortunately, because this boat is pretty cool looking. So, but this is still a really cool plane, and it's not as successful as the DC-3 is, but it's still a very, very cool aircraft. So, moving on to this one, the de Havilland Twin Otter. Now this is a civilian plane, so you'll still be getting this one. So this one, there's nothing behind it because you'll still be getting it. This is not a military plane. But this one, the Huey helicopter, once again, is a military helicopter, which I am going to stay away from military stuff for a bit, so yeah. I'll stop mentioning that because I'm sure you guys know by now. But yeah, so what is this going to get replaced by? Because I mean, this was supposed to be the first helicopter I wanted to introduce, and obviously it looks quite nice. Well, I'm going to introduce something else that's brand new that I have not done yet. And as you can see behind me, we're going to go to it. I am going to introduce trains and locomotives. So any of you rail fans out there would probably appreciate this build. This is the very first train that was actually built. This is called the Rocket, and it's a very, very tiny train, and it also has this passenger car next to it. Now, obviously, it would carry much more, but in the tutorial for this, you'll actually be getting it. It'll be kind of in 3 parts. I'm going to show you how to build the. Well, I'm not going to show you how to build this gravel because I'm sure you can lay down the gravel and stuff if you're building like a railroad. I will show you how to build the tracks. Tracks are very easy to do. And then we're going to build the actual train. And then we're going to build the train car. And yes, it does have an interior, but I'm probably going to remodel the interior because it's quite basic. But we're not going to go inside of it this video. You'll have to wait for the tutorial for that. So moving on, you're still going to get this one, the Dash 7. So this aircraft is obviously a passenger plane, and you'll still be getting this one, so do not worry. I will make sure to bring you this one. So this plane here, obviously I've already done, so this would be the Mitsubishi G3M. So instead of that, you're going to be getting this plane. This is a really cool one. This is the Lockheed Jetstar. This is kind of like a private jet, and it was used by some pretty famous people, actually. One being Elvis Presley. He had a Lockheed Jetstar, and also Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau also had one too. And because I live in Canada, I wanted to mention that. So he also had a Jetstar as well. And quite a few other famous people owned a Jetstar. So unfortunately, these things don't fly anymore. Due to like newer private jets, like the Global Express jets, and also some of the Embraer private jets as well. The Embraer Legacies, I believe that's what they're called. But yeah, it's a very cool and historical plane, and hopefully you guys do really like this one. And I actually made it in a scheme of what I've seen of a Jetstar. I've seen a Jetstar once, and it was at my local aviation museum. And I decided to, because I've taken a lot of pictures of it, I made it in the same color scheme. Now, obviously, I never got to go inside of it, but there is a full interior for this one, so I will show you that in the tutorial. So, that is just kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this update video because, I wanted to kind of update a little bit of things. So, it is unfortunate news, but it's something that I had decided to do, because I just feel that it's just not really appropriate to be building like military stuff, like war-related things, next to actual war happening. So I just kind of want to refrain from that for a bit. But hopefully you guys do like what I have in store for you, and I mean, they're pretty cool, especially the train. I'm actually really looking forward to building the train. Now, obviously, I should mention about the train again. The smoke on the train is just, like, basic. I built this thing quite a while ago, so it's not perfect. I'm sure you guys can make better steam and everything. I'll probably try to make better steam, but yeah, so anyways, so just remember, once again to mention, this is just a temporary thing. Once this conflict gets resolved and we all, get to live in peace or whatever, I'll be building military planes. I'll be building them again, and I'll make sure to bring you guys a lot of them as well. So I'm sure a lot of you are, pretty sad about it, because obviously I've been getting a lot of requests, especially for Italian planes from World War II, which I know they are very cool as well. But there's also a lot of other really, amazing looking Italian planes that are more on the civilian side. So I'll be bringing those to you at some point as well. But who knows? This conflict may end tomorrow, and I'll be going back to making them. And this update videos would be kind of useless then. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And do you think this is a good idea, or do you think I should still continue building military planes, but maybe even add these ones to the build row? Because I can do that if you want me to build all of this plus the three things in the background. Yeah, just let me know in the comments. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please make sure to comment, like, subscribe. And if you have any build requests, just remember, nothing Russian or nothing Ukrainian. Please let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you guys on the next one later.